Hi everyone, it's me, Miss Shonda, and I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful spring flower. Okay, to make the flower, you're going to need cardstock paper, construction paper, or whatever you have available. What I'm going to be using is cardstock paper, and my two colors is going to be pink and blue. You have to figure out which color you want to be main. Which for this flower that I'm going to be making, is the main petals are going to be pink and the inside is going to be the light blue. That you're going to also need some glue. I have quick dry glue for this project, or normally I use a hot glue gun, but for this video I'm going to use this quick dry craft glue, some scissors, and a pen if you need to mark out your pattern for when you cut. I'm also going to use this white sheet of paper here for the center. I know in this flower, I use some sparkly, this is actually balloon string to tie the balloons with. If you want me to show you that, just let me know if you want me to show you how to make that in the comment section below. But for now, we're going to use this sheet of paper. I'm going to show you how to make a center as well. So what we're going to do first is all the paper needs to be turned into a square. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this point here and fold it over, and then make it align with the edge of this paper, of the side of the paper right here. And then do that. I'll do it again for this, my blue sheet of paper. And there we go. That's that. Now after you have it there, we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut right here down this line so we can make it into a square. And if you have guillotine, I call it a guillotine paper cutter, but it's one of those old school paper cutters. If you have those, that comes in handy as well. So that's that, and then let me do the blue. Okay, so this is going to be our main flower petal. So we're going to focus on our main flower petal real quick. So whatever pattern that you want, for this one, I did like a curve, and I'm going to mimic that as well this time. So what I did was, you could either draw on here where you're going to start to finish. So to get that little point tip, you want to make sure it stays like that. Like a taco shell, if you ever seen a taco shell. Not the best curve line, but it will do. So I will take there. I'm kind of gonna eyeball it because I'm better at just going ahead and doing it. So there we go. And then make sure that it's pointed up. And then when you open it up, it should look like this. I have some pre-made already, and they all look like little taco shells. And when you open them up, they have this. I was kind of thinking, because of pink, I know cherry blossoms or sakura blossoms are only 5 petals, but I'm going to make them 6 because I kind of wanted to represent that. So I'll show you that extra little part in a second. So now those are our 6 main petals. So now I'm going to teach you how to make the inside, the extra little petals that we're going to put inside, which right is in this area. So if you don't have that much blue, you could actually get away with this. You might not need 6 blue unless you want, depending on how big you want them. I'm going to show you how to do these little smaller ribs right here. Because if you want it bigger, you can use the whole page, this whole square, just like this one, just make it a teeny bit more smaller. But you only need of the smaller petal, whichever one that you choose to have smaller petals with, you can actually fold it and only have 3 papers. So you need just 3 squares and just fold it over again, so that it starts off like this, and it will take this point here and go to the other point and then smooth this part out, and then right here on this line here we're going to cut in half. And we're going to repeat the same step that we had with our main petals with this one. So we're going to cut from the bended side, like this way. So we're going to go just like this. And if you need to draw it out, draw it out. And then just make sure it has a point. See, I went a little too wide. So yeah, I went just a little too wide. If you want consistency, once you do your first one, because that's what I should have done. So learn from Miss Shonda's mistakes. Once you do that first one, you go always take one of the petals and then place it on the side right here, so all of them could be consistent. And then cut around. I'm still not doing good, but there we go. So that is that. And open it up, and it'll look like this. Let's check up on this one right here, because that's the one I messed up on. So okay, so that's those petals. So let's make the center. So for the center, I have this big rectangle piece of paper. You don't have to have a rectangle. You can have, you could just get the normal 8x11 paper. And we're going to see if I can zoom out some, so you can see the whole paper. There we go. We're going to fold it in half. Long ways. Like it's a hot dog bun. We're going to fold it like hot dog bun. And from the folded side, we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut down. But not all the way to where you cut it off. We're going to stop at some point where it looks like this. And you're going to keep going however big you want them to be, how long, or you want it skinny, you can get skinny. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure you're not cutting all the way to the point and it cuts off like that. You don't want that. So I have some pre-made, and it's going to look like this. It's going to look like this once you get finished. See, I almost went too far down, but don't worry. If you did happen to cut all the way, I will show you how to fix that, because it's not a problem, even if you did. Let's get some of this trash out the way. I'm going to finish cutting. All right, now that we have all our pieces and parts to go, now let's assemble the flower. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake this down, get it ready to go. So for our flower, our first flower petal, we have all 6 of our flower petals right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to come towards the end. If you want to pre-roll it, because I got cardstock paper, your paper, whichever you use, might be a little bit more flexible. But if you're using cardstock paper, you can actually form it so it could bend a little bit, just like this. You can tell. And then from this part right here, we're going to, so it could bend even more. Again, I gotta mess around with it. So I got both sides. So I'm gonna look at which side I like the most. I kind of like the skinny side out. So we're gonna go with that. And we're going to fold it one side and then fold this side, and we're going to make it come together like right a little bit right on top. We don't want it completely over each other like this, like to make a funnel. We don't want it. We want it a little bit open. So we're going to have it like this, just where you could put a little bit of glue at and it'll be done. So it would look like this. A little bit of glue on this end. And then wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. Okie dokie. Sometimes I like to put a little weight to it so it can form like this. So I have all 6 of my petals now. So let's form the flower. So what you're going to want to do is place them along, see how you want to, where you want to glue it and how you want it to look. So because I'm a little bit more, this was my first flower doing it, so they're bigger and wider. And now that I've been practicing, I got a little more precise. So they're not as big and clumpy as the other one, but I kind of do want it to fill out. So I'm trying to see where's the best area to, but what you still want them to do is connect at the bottom there, point to point. So I'm going to actually follow that line right here, and that's where I'm going to glue at. I'm just going to follow the lines and glue them together like this. Okay, so take your glue. If you're working with the hot glue gun, please be careful and not to burn yourself. While I'm waiting, I'm actually gonna scoot that over and actually apply some pressure to help it some. I say that the hot glue gun is a little bit more messier than the fast drying glue. It says fast drying, but it took it a little bit longer than I wanted to. So now it's done. It's bonded now, and so it's a little wobbly. Don't worry about that. I kind of want to put a piece of a little bit of glue right there and then put it like this, maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And put a little bit of glue like right there at the point. I said a little bit, and then there's a glob. And then add some pressure. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm gonna put a little bit of, while it's drying, I'm gonna put some pressure down, see how it looks. Yeah, kind of, I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next part. So some of my flour came apart, so I'm going to re-glue. That's what happens with being impatient. Okay. I'm going to actually put some more pressure while I'm putting this side. Okay, so it's going to look like it's incomplete. But what we're going to do next, okay, so what we're going to do next, let me put this, okay, that's bonded together. Is we're going to put it together, just like this. It's going to have like a little, back to it. So when you put it together, you lift it. So this is flat. So if you want the flat look, you could add some more petals to it until it completely closes. But for what we're doing, it actually has a little back to it. So lift it up until it connects. And you bring it together like this, and it'll look like. Let's see if I can. And it'll look like this. If you just say, well, let's glue it. Let me glue it so you can see better. Some right here so it can close. So it has a little back into it. Depending on how you do your petals, so I made my petals a little bit skinnier versus how this one I did it bigger. So do not worry if yours doesn't look like mine. Don't worry about it. Every flower is different. So depending on how big you cut and how you fold, that's how it's going to come out, and it should look like this. Just like this. And so now we're going to add in our little petals, which this is going to be the easiest part. So again, I chose to have the fat part downwards. So all we're doing now is just adding it because we want the 3D effect. So we're not going to fold this. We're just going to sit it in, see how it looks, and see how it's bending a little bit. That's what we want. So we want a little bit of glue down the middle. And to make it easier, I'm just going to put some glue down there and then place. Add a little pressure. And there we go. And if you like to put some glue on it first and then set it in there, that's totally fine. It's up to you. But for me, I'm going to drop some glue down in place. This is how it's going to look. I'm actually going to push down on some of the petals. So say if you did, like kind of like how I'm feeling right now, like this is how it looks. But I actually want this to flare out some. You can always add some glue to the sides. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so there is your flower. So, of course, yes, that middle part does not look good at all. So we're going to fix that right now. So, remember at the beginning when we was making our little middle part, right? We have this. So depending on how deep yours is, so I'm actually going to show you how to make it. So real quick, actually I think I got too big of a piece of paper. My rectangle foot, especially for this one, this is probably a little too big, but let's wing it real quick together. Because this is most of the time when I come up with little projects like this, I look at a picture and assume the whole time. So that's another reason why this video took a little bit longer, because I was trying to make sure I had the right steps in order to tell you how I did it. And how I went about doing things. So because I got this and it's a little bit, it looks like it's a little bit too long, I'm going to wing it real quick. I will show you how Miss Shonda wings things. So I'm going to put that to the side. We're going to open this up and then flip it open. And we're going to get it on the other side. So it's going to look like this now. Okay? And then from there, we're going to glue the other side. just like this. So you want to roll and mold, however you want your center to look. That's pretty. It's going to be a pretty center. Maybe I might not need to do anything, but I kind of want it has to stay together. When I get towards the end, it look as pretty as it wants. That's a beautiful center. Look at it. It's doing it on its own. So yeah, as you're rolling, you can let it flop how you want it to. But yeah, that's looking pretty. Oops, I ripped it. So when that happens, don't worry about it. Just see where you can. Let's glue it. Yep, I'm gonna glue it right there where it popped off at, and see where it stopped. I'm gonna begin right there. It's okay if you mess up. Just got to get it back centered because I'm okay. Take this. I'm actually going to, that's why it's important to glue the whole bottom piece down. There we go. And then I'm going to keep going. Okie dokie, we're getting towards the end, and bam, that is it. So I'm going to tweak it a little bit, try to get it more centered. See, I don't like this last bit, so let's rewind a little bit backwards. I don't like that last bit. That last bit, I guess because when it ripped off. Or maybe it's because those are my chunkier pieces. I'm actually going to go back until it looks pretty, what I had liked. Like, maybe like right there. Let me look at it again. I can always let that go. Yeah, I'm going to rip right here. I like that better. So that is that. Slide this up some more, and then glue that in together. And then there we go. I'm gonna wait till it dries this time, and then I'm going to look at what I have, because I have a deep, it's deep down. I can't do it like that, but let's see how it looks. It's a little big. So let's see how it looks once I stuff it down. So use your creative discretion on this part. The whole thing is all about what you want and how you want to look. Even your centerpiece. That is pretty. I really like how that came out and how it was just doing its own thing. See, I'm kind of helping it a little bit look more This part I don't really like, but we'll see how it looks right into the flower. So I'm going to place it deep down and push it down. And then look how it looks. Yeah, I actually like that. I do like it. These little scraggly pieces again are what's bothering me. But for the most part, I do like it. Next time I'll know to make smaller. It looks a lot better if I did like smaller cuts. Yeah, I like that. I really like that a lot. I kind of see, let me see if I can do something. How about these extra pieces? What if I twirl it around some more? Get that one big piece. That's one of the pieces that bothers me. This is Miss Shonda tweaking time. And I'm gonna just, I'm just gonna ball it up and then, because y'all not gonna, anybody who looks at it's not gonna see that part. Unless you're watching this video, so then you can tell on me then. So I'm gonna stuff it down here. I'm gonna stuff it down, play with it a little bit. I think I kind of messed it up, but I still like it. I could always pull it out, that's why I didn't glue it. Okay. I just like this little bulb more too, but I'm not going to get into that part. So yes. Okay. I finally figured a combination out. So I did this with cardstock, and I did the same way that I showed you before, exactly how to do it. This time I flared it out some, and I did cardstock, and I actually like how this is popping a lot better for me, and I like how it looks. So I also did an orange one, an orange centerpiece, and I guess I could have. I didn't really like it as much. I like the green popping out. So that's what I went for.